Alright, hey, what's up everybody? This is Agasically Stamus from GearWorks.com and the E2KG Network podcasting channel, as well as the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube, or Rounding Off Infinity Gaming page on Facebook, if that's where you are tuned in this morning, watching the live stream. So, as I mentioned in the announcement, I'm kind of not having the best get along with Rockstar's latest release, Red Dead Redemption 2, so I wanted to kind of cleanse the palate a little bit and take things back to basics this morning. So we're going to be getting into a little bit of Forza Motorsport 6 on the Xbox One. We're going to see how this goes. I have not played this game in quite some time. I already have Motorsport 7 dudes. It appears that I'm already engaged in a race, so this is going to be a championship. This is going to be a little problematic because I think I'm driving this Honda CRX. And I haven't driven it in like who knows how long. So you never know how good it's going to go, jumping back into a ride that you haven't been in a long time. So it could be good, could be bad. But I do believe that this car is fully upgraded for its given class. Alright. Should be the case. In every iteration of Forza, I should have bought into the VIP package now. Yeah, so it's maxed out in Class D.
Your next race will be at Road America, one of the few circuits unchanged since its inception in 1955.
One of my favorite tracks. Now what I don't know this morning is because I didn't do a pre-flight, and engine noise always tends to run a little bit louder than regular in-game audio. So what I'm going to try to do is we're going to get started here, and then I'm going to try and go in and tweak see if I need to tweak the oh no, okay. I was like, let's not drive from the in-game view right off the bat. Huh. I'm being passed by. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna... Whoa. Okay. So, yeah. So, recall, if you've ever watched an episode of me playing a racing game, which I do that quite a bit, I do not have flashbacks turned on, should be the case, to increase my challenge multiplier. And so we may be doing a lot of race restarts this morning, because that is my way of contending with making a major error. I guess what I'm going to try to do is maybe put a lap down. Whoa. Now, part of my problem is I haven't been in the Forza 6 physics model in a while. No. Ah. So yeah, and the AI in this game is quite prickish, so much more seemingly concerned with just driving through you, despite what in reality would actually happen to their car should they, if they actually did that. So yeah, it sometimes takes me a number of restarts to get going. Game looks gorgeous as always. Oh! I thought I was going to ride through that. I do have damage modeling turned on too, so that might be a bit of an issue. Ooh, 22 of 24. Big turn coming up here, some people in the grass. Rumble strips. Quickly get back to my 2-pedal. Oh, there we go. 2 pedals is working good. Gotta move the back of him a little. Get off, Honda. Oh, wait, I'm in a Honda too. He's got the Borderlands skin on. So I will say, it feels like physics model does feel very similar to Forza Horizon 4, however. I'm sure that's some shared technology between Turn 10 and Playground Studios. Playground Studios, which is now, of course, part of the Microsoft Studios family. Looking to 18th. Don't do that. Now the tricky part to do an audio check is I'm going to need to try and pause the game and then reach up and grab the iPad. Oh, no, come on, man. Alright, you keep closing me down. Lap 2 of 4. I'm going to reach up and grab the iPad and hope to... oh, no, that's not going to be... Nope. Alright, so it sounds like the audio mix is okay, so we can just go ahead and get going. So, we'll be doing that again. Might be doing quite a bit of that, unfortunately. At least my allergies are not entirely killing me this morning. There are many days I come down to play a racing game, like my allergies are like so bad that I can only drive for like 60 seconds at a time before I have to pause the game and clear my eyes out. So let's go ahead and start running down the tech that is in play to render the live stream this morning. If you've been keeping up with my notes, you'll know that yesterday I seemed to have a lot of problems working with my AverMedia cards. I was trying to live stream with both. Initially started with the Live Gamer Extreme 2 GC551 and stay over there, please.
Rien suffit, rien suffit, rien suffit, oui, rien suffit. Rien suffit pour miner, mais Rien suffit pour réanimer. J'ai tout le nécessaire pour stimuler l'esprit, l'aérer ou l'aider. Apprendre la vie du bon côté, le côté positif, oui le côté battant. L'autre versant de la montagne ou du volcan humain, celui qui le plus se manifeste dans mes écrits. Attends donc un peu, il revient. Attends, comme le retour du printemps. À présent Tintin, l'ambiance du renouveau. Regarde ma pensée déteint sur la tienne. Je détiens la force de la sérénité, même si je fais des pieds et des mains pour maintenir l'euphorie dans ce monde en couleur terne que je dépeins. Puis repeins, où les vivants s'apparentent aux défunts, se résignant à la fatalité omniprésente d'un destin de stress, de pression sans fin. Obsession du gars et des biens matériels, c'est sans frein. Rien suffit, rien suffit, rien suffit, oui rien suffit. Mais je capte le besoin d'un discours différent. Voilà pourquoi un beau jour dans mon esprit naquit la rime métisse, une poignée de jouiront tous partis dans le lot périple de la musique sans se soucier du danger. Savoir et savoir-vivre engrangé, désormais prêt à échanger les données de base. Si tous nous n'étions que des étrangers, de par ce transfert d'un genre très particulier. Se crée le lien en public ou en privé. J'y vais de bon cœur, dénoue le nœud des nerfs de l'esprit positif émergent. Agis face à tous ces préjugés comme un détergent. J'en ai encore des tas à découvrir, à explorer. J'espère que tout sera du voyage comme les yeux rivés sur un bouquin intéressant. Moi je peux dévorer ces pages une à une en quelques minutes, comme un soif de connaissance n'a pas de satiété.
Alright, we're going to be trying to get restarted here. I just want to verify that my mics are back on. Alright, we're going to be trying to get restarted. Alright, so this is an attempt to see if I can get through a live stream without being interrupted. I don't know how long it's going to go. So this may be a very short experiment. We will see. Let's go ahead and start running down the equipment that's being used to render the live stream this morning. I think that's where we were. And as I was mentioning, if you've been following my notes and reading any of my commentary on the posts, for my most recent Let's Plays, yesterday I encountered several problems trying to get up and running with this is with a couple of AverMedia game capture cards. Specifically, I was trying to live stream yesterday initially with the AverMedia Live Gamer Extreme 2 GC551, which is a card that has a 4K pass-through. I came into that corner way too hot. That was pure luck that worked out. Come on, man. Ugh. Aggravating. And when I hooked up the GC551 yesterday, everything seemed to work fine until I actually turned my TV on. And then whenever I would turn my TV on, the capture card would start periodically cutting out. And it wouldn't push a picture to the screen at all. Now I started yesterday off with my configuration using two 28-foot HDMI cables, which I recently picked up. And that's so I can start making my lengthy cable runs with the HDMI cables rather than with my 5-meter USB cable, so that way I can, come on, I gotta start paying attention to this better in those first two turns. So that way I can put the capture cards right next to the PCs and just have them on their short USB cable runs. Because I do have a couple capture cards that act a little finicky about that. Now, at first I thought it was maybe it wasn't the combination of the Xbox, the GC551, and my Samsung TV. Just didn't like the 28-foot HDMI cables. So I pulled those off and used my regular length HDMI cables and connected the 5-meter USB 3.0 extension cables. But the behavior was the same. Now, a couple things have gone on. You know, the Samsung TV software has been updated recently. But AverMedia also dropped new drivers for its cards. I think on about the 17th of October. This is just a flippin' travesty this morning. I'm sure some people might be bothered watching this, but this is actually how I play Forza. Because, like I said, I don't have flashbacks turned on, so I sometimes have to rerun the race a few times until I get free of some of this traffic. Sometimes it's more than just a few times. But this is one of the reasons why, I mean, I like Forza 6, but I despise the AI for all these stupid shenanigans like this business up ahead of me. You know, this is the turn that I've been way over speeding going into. Trying to scrub some of that speed off beforehand. Up to 14th place. Come on, man. So I decided I would try and hook up the AverMedia Live Gamer Ultra GC553. Now that is my card that can actually capture in 4K, not just do pass-through. And it seemed to come up fine, but when I started live streaming, it froze the picture, which is, interestingly, is a behavior that I used to see sometimes from the original Live Gamer Extreme, the GC550, where it would continue streaming the audio, but the picture would just get stuck on a still picture. Come on, man. No. That's enough to make me want to throw the controller through the TV. And I knew that guy. So yeah, so part of the frustration with Forza 6 is part of the racing becomes a stupid exercise in collision avoidance from the idiotic AI. So I saw similar symptoms crop up with the GC553. Now, what I haven't done, jeez Louise, man, what the, like, it's just, the AI in this is just horrible. And this game scored very high, and I fail to sometimes understand. Much like with Red Dead Redemption 2, I think the game's media, and really the internet as well, with some of the mob mentality, just gets, there are certain franchises that just become everybody's darling. I think it's difficult to sometimes get realistic feedback on certain games, because everybody's already fallen in love with the thing before it even releases. Come on, man. Of course, because there's no qualifying in Forza, you always start, you know, back of the pack or middle pack. Alright, we're moving up here, so the thing to do is to try and... God damn it. I played this game to get away from some of the frustration that I was feeling playing Red Dead Redemption 2 with its chokingly slow pace, and it seems like I haven't necessarily run to a place that's lowering my frustration level. So yeah, so the key thing yesterday, as far as I can extrapolate, was that the commonality was the AverMedia cards. Like I said, there may have been a bad driver update, which one of the problems I have with how AverMedia does things is they bundle everything with their RE Central 4 application. It's sometimes difficult to have traceability on whether or not that has brought down any new drivers. I know the GC551 drivers were updated in that. Don't know for certain if the 553 drivers were updated. Huh, maybe that's the key to it, is just not piling up on top of everybody going into that turn. And for now, I have some breathing room without people to knock me around. This might be the run. Braking was the better part of the valor there. Just let that fool carry himself out to the outside of the turn. So, at the end of the day, what I did was I wound up swapping out the video capture card, and right now I'm using the Mirrorbox HSV 321. Now, the Mirrorbox is a dead simple, dead basic capture card that is available on Amazon for about 99 bucks. So it's about one of the least expensive capture cards on the market. Some gamers might worry about the kind of no-name brand aspect of it. I couldn't tell you who Mirrorbox is. Some Chinese company, I guess. But it's a really small card, like I said, really basic, very reliable, apparently. Does exactly what it's supposed to do. It does allow you to render in 1080p, 60 frames per second. Now, of course, Facebook tops out at 30 frames per second, so... Get into that. Thread the needle. Ooh, this is gonna get dirt nasty. Woo. These guys are still coming on. And yeah, that's the problem. These guys don't concede like I pushed it too hard. Trying to stay ahead of those two guys. That's a good way to get run over by the AI there too. Yeah, so I may just have to take a middle of the pack completion here. I can slip down the inside, yeah. Come on, man. I think I said, so the Mirrorbox goes for about $99 on Amazon, which makes it about half the cost of a lot of other capture cards. One thing I like about it is all the connections are just straight stick USB-A. Come on. felt like I could have muscled my way into a better position there, but the way the AI is driving, I just decided I wanted to get clear traffic. I'm just not making the headway that I need to make. It's too dense, not a lot of passing opportunities. Get knocked around whenever I get up by the AI. No, don't shut me down there. Not an entirely clean class, but not too dirty. Nice. Up into 10th. I can't believe that worked out. I can't believe that worked out. No. Stay off my bumper. Now for a webcam this morning I'm using, but it's quickly become one of my favorite pieces of kit, the Zoom Q8 handy video camera, video recorder, which is a camera that's made by a company that really specializes in making studio equipment and field recording equipment for musicians. And this camera was really designed for musicians to use to record studio sessions and our small venue performances. It has a little module with a proprietary interface that kind of rides on the back of the camera, and it's actually on a swing arm that swivels down and for storage and transport, and then up for use. And that module has two condenser microphones arranged in a 45-degree angle to each other. So I'm liking the Hondas. Oh no, not restart. Are you kidding me? Finish in the top 3. Well, I guess we're going to be grinding this out this morning. I forgot that I guess Forza 6 had placement requirements. I thought it was like a lot of the other Forza games don't. You just race and you get rewards and you just go on with your life. Whether you finish in the top or in the bottom. So I do not know how in the world I'm going to finish in the top 3, get through all of this traffic up to the front. Big problem is that means I'm going to have to be way more aggressive, which is very likely to wind up in some very spectacular devices. And yeah, so I am using the piggyback microphones that are... No! I couldn't even tell if I was involved in that until the very end. Yeah, see, this... I don't know how you're supposed to finish in the top 3 when the AI just plows right into the side and T-bones you. I certainly don't expect contactless racing, but I don't expect to just be plowed into and taken out. Really aggravating. Now this car, maxed out in Class D, should be fully capable of placing in the top here. This may be a thing where I'm just going to have to run this and run this and run this until I get this track down. Start figuring out some places where I can push the edge. No! Find some places where I can eke out some additional positions. That is not how you do it. Come on. I'll be lucky if I get out of this morning without throwing a controller. It's ridiculous. And I may, rather than get frustrated and potentially destroy a piece of equipment, I may need to just loosen up on the AI aggressiveness or something. This is not why I play the game, to avoid AI that's just determined to just play bumper cars and T-bone me into a wall. No, that wasn't smart. That was all me. So... Oh! Yeah, so why don't we leave it highly skilled? Let me turn on limit aggression. Didn't even know that was an available setting. I just thought that they scaled on difficulty level. I did not realize that I have them set on highly difficult. That's probably because in the early outings of the campaign, that's normally something I will do if I'm winning too much. That makes for a challenging race, maybe not the most fun. After dealing with Red Dead Redemption 2 and its abhorrently slow pacing, I'm definitely looking to just have a fun session here. Watch that. And then for headphones for listening to the in-game audio this morning, I am wearing my, very, quite venerable Sony MDR V700s. So man, I have had these headphones, I think, for about 14 years. And you wouldn't know it from looking at them. They look relatively new, still. And for some reason, despite requiring new headphones periodically, I just never feel like getting rid of the MDR V700s. I don't know why. And I am not a nostalgic techie. But I think it's just because audio reproduction-wise, like, there are things that are different. Maybe there are things that are a skosh better. These just are just kind of my old faithfuls, I guess. 15th. Still in the first lap, so I've got time to move up some spots. Almost lost that back left tire. I had to give him a wide berth because I could see he was just going to plow right over me. Into the second lap. on him on that corner. I was trying to go inside out. Like I said, I'm definitely having to drive ridiculously aggressively, like way outside my normal envelope. Trying to cut that inside corner way too aggressively. No! It's going way too fast. Alright, but this is a better drive to tune down the AI aggression. So, I have not decided yet how I'm going to deal with this Red Dead Redemption 2 thing. Admittedly, it is a game that I'm playing out of a sense of obligation. To be a part of the discussion and to be able to just talk about this on the podcast, but man, it is. It feels like not an effective use of my gaming time. And it's fun. It's a wonderful story. I would love to sit down and watch Red Dead Redemption 2, the movie. But playing it but watch it in like an hour and 20 minutes, playing through what could be, 40 plus hours of gameplay, and it is just not tickling my fancy. Ooh, sounds like somebody had a major wall impact there. So getting through that turn, both aggressively but staying clear of that wall, may be huge. Gonna pump the brakes there, keep them from locking up. Stood on his brakes right in front of me. I don't understand how people are attacking that turn. Come on, get off the bumper. You have some people who go like way wide on it, and then some of the AI. That's my fault. I was trying to just barely slip around the outside of him, and I dorked that up. That all being said, we're still into 9th. The leaders are not possibly far in front of me. They are within reeling distance. If you can start finding those places to be. I may be doing do-overs of this for this entire hour, so part of that's par for the course for a game that I haven't picked up in who knows how long. It looked like when I booted the game up that it's possible I haven't played Forza Motorsport 6 on my Xbox One X at all. It looked like it had to synchronize a bunch of data for my game save when I brought it up, as if it had never been loaded. 14th. Yeah, my problem is because I don't know how people are going to attack that turn, it's really unpredictable with figuring out which way traffic is going to go. This does not feel like it's going to be the win that I need it to be. Really don't like my tire grip seems to be way off. I don't know if that's because of damage that I've suffered. What I don't like is I'm not finding those things that I said I need to find. I'm not finding those turns and areas where I can eke out a little more speed. You know, where I can be a little more aggressive and maybe just outbreak the AI. At least not to the extent I need to in order to move up, like the number of places that I need to move up. I need to move up the way I need to move up, like I need to be passing more than, you know, one person per lap. Now this is an area where I've come around through this series of corners here and gained like 4 or 5 positions before. Side by side coming out of the turn. That guy's just got better acceleration than I do. No. Okay. Yeah, I think where I need to think about this is much more a palate cleansing session, just to shake off some of the bad taste of Red Dead Redemption 2, and not so much a high skill session. I think I would need to get back into Forza Motorsports 6 for a couple hours probably before I started feeling like I was back to being proficient at it. And I can remember doing Let's Play videos of this last year in this car. It's one of those things that can be a tad bit tough to get a handle on, but with a little more immersion and time in the seat. 4th lap, 12th place. Yeah, I think I am going to step down the AI skill after this. Because now it's becoming a matter of I just need to get some things done. The hour of time that I'm going to put in. Less about any feeling of ego from not following a good racing line on that turn. He just stood on his brakes right in front of me, forced me to the outside. This always takes me a long time to do, but I'm finally starting to look up the turn to follow a better racing line. Struggle to do that. Well, I mean, I know to do it, but like I said, it's always one of those weird things where, come on. Alright, yeah, let's run it back. Above average. Alright, so I'm going to need to step away for 1 second and I'll be right back. Probably got about another 15 minutes in this session, and then we'll be wrapping things up.
Rien suffit. Rien suffit. Rien suffit. Oui, rien suffit. Rien suffit. Rien suffit. Rien suffit. Oui, rien suffit. Rien suffit. Rien suffit. Rien suffit. Oui, rien suffit. Rien suffit pour miner, mais rien suffit pour réanimer. J'ai tout le nécessaire pour stimuler l'esprit, l'aérer ou l'aider. Apprendre la vie du bon côté, le côté positif, oui, le côté battant. L'autre versant de la montagne ou du volcan humain, celui qui le plus se manifeste dans mes écrits. Attendons qu'un peu il revient. Attends, comme le retour du printemps. À présent, atteint l'ambiance du renouveau. Regarde ma pensée déteint sur la tienne. Je détiens la force de la sérénité, même si je fais des pieds et des mains pour maintenir l'euphorie dans ce monde en couleur terne que je dépeins. Puis repeins où les vivants s'apparentent aux défunts, se résignant à la fatalité omniprésente d'un destin de stress, de pression sans fin. Obsession du gain et des biens matériels, c'est sans frein. Rien suffit. Rien suffit. Rien suffit. Oui, rien suffit. Mais je capte le besoin d'un discours différent. Voilà pourquoi un beau jour dans mon esprit naquit. La rime métisse, une poignée de jouiront tous partis dans le lot périple de la musique sans se soucier du danger. Savoir et savoir-vivre engrangé, désormais prêt à échanger les données de base. Si tous nous n'étions que des étrangers, de par ce transfert d'un genre très particulier. Se crée le lien en public ou en privé. J'y vais de bon cœur, dénoue le nœud des nerfs de l'esprit positif émergent. Agis face à tous ces préjugés comme un détergent. J'en ai encore des tas à découvrir, à explorer. J'espère que tout sera du voyage comme les yeux rivés sur un bouquin intéressant. Moi je peux dévorer ces pages une à une en quelques minutes, comme un sabre de connaissance n'a pas de satiété.
Alright, we're going to be getting started back up here. Alright, so I made an additional adjustment on the skill set of the AI. Got like 11 minutes left in this play session, so maybe we'll actually make some progression here. The problem with the AI being less aggressive, maybe not as highly skilled, that may have increased the chances of pile-ups in these first couple of corners, which will all be good if I manage to sail through them. If I get caught up in them, it could be just as bad as them taking me out directly. Blue guy was standing on his brakes. And dive way to the outside and just not even follow the apogee of the turn. So I think what I've decided is the way I'm going to contend with just the fact that Red Dead Redemption 2 is not my kind of pace of game. I think what I'm going to do is, at least over the next couple play sessions of this arc, the remaining 2 play sessions of this arc, I think I'm going to bounce between playing that and playing this. I'm paying attention. So for Yeah, I'll play Red Dead for an hour. 2 at most. Then alternate with Forza Motorsports 6. Seemed like everybody else checked up, and I got really nervous then. I was like, is everybody reading this turn differently than I am? Man, this guy's standing right beside me. No, don't get on my bumper. Whew. What's that guy doing? Would be a fitting end to this morning if I could actually get into that third place position that I need to move on from this race. First is way up there though. Sixth position, 3 more positions to go. Clear sailing behind me. Might be more what I needed than anything. Yeah, I just couldn't get feel enough of the car to just slightly back off on that turn speed and wind up plowing into that guy. Bit of a feeling of desperation sinking in because I know in order to get into third position, I know that I gotta get out of this first half of the lap, moving up 2 or 3 positions. Maybe causing myself a little undue stress, which is leading to me making some errors. I'm stupid. No, no. Now you're going to be going to the last lap. Well, okay, alright. So I only have 1 more position to go. I think I didn't realize that entirely. Now, that may have been the hyper-aggressive turn that I needed to make. Slaloming through that without being on the brake at all. Here we go. Get back out on the track and maintain. You're into the top 3, you gotta hold on to that. Unbelievable. Now what's weird about this car is, so when I do this 2-pedal driving, typically what I find is cars will either favor 2 pedals with more throttle than brake or more brake than throttle, and be pretty consistent about that. The CRX seems like I'm having to change that a lot more frequently than I normally would in another vehicle. Could also just be this Road America track. got to get back out there, because if you don't, pound hammer is appropriate. Really horrible AI. Oh, alright, we did it. Nice. $1 million would have been nice. Additional level of Honda affinity. Oh, they had showcases in Motorsport 6? Maybe they have. Maybe they've had them in all the Motorsports. I'm accustomed to showcases being a key element of the Horizon series. I did not. Yeah, nope, don't want to do a showcase event. So we're going to go ahead and...
Your next race will be at Laguna Seca Raceway, built in 1957 to replace
another classic
road race.
Gotta love the corkscrew. So I'm going to go ahead and make a run in this. I don't know that I might actually be able to grind this through to completion. I don't suspect. Oh, I have 2 empty bounce slots. Yeah, nope, not gonna do that. Oh, I have a ton of mods. What I don't remember is when you put these mods on, if you have to do a restart, if they're expended in your initial attempt. I guess. Put that in the empty slot. Oh, that's what those are single use. I think if I hit restart. I already have that one assigned, okay. Grip expert. Does it tell you? Yeah. So not doing that. Okay. So like I said, these single use ones, I don't know if the single use means if you restart. I think if you do restart, I think they go away. Now, I could say that after decades of racing on Laguna Seca in racing games, that I should be able to nail this one right off the bat. As you can see, the traffic just flanked me going into the first dirt turn here. Oh, come on. Well, if you had to get hit, if you had to get into an accident, that's not a bad way to go. Going through that turn. Damage does not look horrible right now. 3 laps, I'm down in 17th. Woo! Ooh, boy, you could have a date with the barrier there. Now the problem with the corkscrew is it shakes you right, and then you drop hard left into the corkscrew. Everybody's into everybody going through this thing. There's one thing that's bad. It's not just a corkscrew, but a traffic-filled corkscrew. And it seems like in every racing game I always make some way. Nope. Almost had it. Okay, so your one-time, you're okay. As long as you're in the restart loop, your one-time mods don't go away, that's good. I would like to say I could clean up that one turn where I just had the wreck, but man, I also know it's just excruciatingly painful. So that business is so obnoxious and unreasonable and just poor game design. Like, I shouldn't have to defend against a guy. I should be able to block a guy off who's trying to pass me from the start. Like, I should be having to, like, move out of the way of people coming up from behind me to keep them from pit maneuvering. That's so ridiculous. White knuckle all the way. Couldn't drag it through the dirt to get ahead of him. 15th now. I think even at 15th I'm still doing better. Come on, man. I don't know what's going to happen up here. These two fools are side by side. Okay, they fell in behind. Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna have to make one more go of this. I hate ending a session of a racing game losing. In fact, arguably, most of the time I won't. I'll just sit here and play until forever. But I can't do that this morning. It's bothersome. Alright, one more attempt. So, of course, Forza Motorsport 6 was the 10-year anniversary of the Forza franchise at Turn 10 Studios, one of Microsoft's in-house first-party studios. They have, of course, most recently brought Playground Games internal also, who are the devs for the Forza Horizon series. two teams, as I understand it, share technology, and I think Playground, in some ways, just uses the physics engine that Turn 10 does. Or maybe they tweak it a bit. And that's not to take anything away from Playground. They do, even if they're using the Turn 10's physics engine, they still take it and do some amazing things with the Horizon series. And I think with the Horizon series, they do a lot more outdoor weather and physics modeling. They can't even see through the... And no, I don't feel bad at all about turning an AI car around. These monkey tucks do it to me like every other race. Yeah, that's where I had the problem before. Good. Four cars pitting and get some of the traffic off the track. And I can see this guy behind me is just super intent on ramming me right in the bumper. Or coming up for a pit maneuver. There we go. Nice twist in there. Say that red and blue thing's a Datsun. Up into 6th. Five, 4, 3, 2 are right ahead of me. One is way out. Around the outside of him and misjudge that. There we go. Another CRX, just not kitted out quite as much as mine. Seriously, man, the brake checking too is not cool at all. Ooh, he went, oh, come on! I will say that about Forza Horizon, is I don't feel like that AI is like so ridiculously just set to torpedo and missile you into the wall. Spending all my focus and energy on like not getting rammed instead of like running my race. Two is actually staying in. Yeah, where did it get to? He's wheeling out. Comfortable space now put between me and the rest of the pack. Oh, last lap. Makes me feel a lot better about the remaining opportunity to make a big mistake. Yeah, so we'll definitely be putting some more time in this. I do not know, I haven't decided yet. Obviously there was a bit of a disturbance in the force in the month of October, and my stick-to-itiveness to my regularly scheduled live stream schedule Didn't pan out in the bottom couple weeks. I was trying to make a shift to Thursday nights and early Sunday mornings, and the actuality was I might be within striking range of actually first. If I can. Yeah, I did kind of do that deliberately because I didn't know of any other way to get around him. Nah, he's... Alright. We'll just have to take that. So yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what my regularly scheduled live stream times are going to be for the month of November. I should be figuring that out this week. Give or take, there's quite a number of changes afoot. I'm actually... So again, if you've watched or kept up with Rounding Off Infinity on YouTube at all, you'll know that this is my time of year that I'm kind of into my churn cycle of figuring out what I want to do differently for the new season. The new seasons on Rounding Off Infinity, for me, start generally in December, but after the Thanksgiving weekend. The Thanksgiving weekend is kind of my end of my season, just as it lines up nearly correspondingly to my YouTube anniversary. So I'm also in the process of shifting the studio back around to an open bay arrangement after having pivoted a lot of the tables out so that the backs of all my workstation tables were open, so that I could more easily get high-end cameras for podcasting and for game streams, looking at me from the other side of the table, as well as lighting. But I've decided that I think I have enough bits and pieces now that I can do those arrangements even with the workstations back up against the wall. And I want to get the middle of the floor space more open so I can walk through here more easily, which is going to lead to longer cable runs when I'm actually cooked up for live streams, but I think that's going to be okay. So point being is I may not settle exactly on what my regularly scheduled live stream times are going to be, because I'm going to be doing the studio transition, and I'm trying to not let my OCD take over.
Well done. You completed
Which,
the series.
When I do this, often makes me feel like I have to do it all in one fell swoop, and sometimes I wind up going offline for like 2 or 3 days, or else like staying up, pulling an all-nighter to get it done.
Performance of agile, sporty vehicles. Now, compete
So
with the very
I
best
converted
example
one
of sports
workstation
car
yesterday, and I'm trying to just say, okay, that's enough. Just take a pause, line up when you're going to do the next ones. So. But we'll see how that goes. Of course, we still have podcasts going on, so.
Whether it's a sports sedan for business people, an SUV that has way more power than you need for the school run, or a lightweight, purpose-built track day car, you'll find it here. Every car in this eclectic group represents the very best of its breed. They're the very top of the tree. Some of these are pumped-up versions of everyday cars, bursting with power and often bulging at the seams. From
Yeah,
classic
so apparently I
60s
haven't even really
muscle
gotten
to
into the
more
meat
modern
of this
sports
series at
cars,
all.
each car here truly represents the best driving experiences of their era. And, with the exception of the more extreme track toys, they show how far you can push a daily driver without sacrificing the comfy seats, soundproofing, and room for the whole family.
Well, I certainly have enough racing
Take on
content in the
thrilling
backlog
challenge of racing at night.
to kind of counterbalance the Red Dead Redemption 2 experience, so I
Tires grip the track.
said I'll be diving into that. I just want to kind of set up garage cards eligible.
If the 80s was a revolutionary time for the car world, the 90s and noughties...
I'm definitely going to need to spend some time in here
New materials and
administrating the
technologies meant
garage.
manufacturers could build
Haven't bought any
cars
new
with
cars
stuff
recently,
we
see
don't
what I
ever
have,
see in
buy some new
motorsports.
stuff and handle some
Flappy
upgrades, so
paddle gearboxes, twin-scroll turbochargers,
I'm not going to do that
lightweight
this
composites.
morning.
They shook up the
I may in
racing
fact
world
dive
too,
into here and
set
do
the
that
standard for
kind of
sports
offline
cars as
before
we
I
know them today. These
feature
cars
this on
feature
another
classic,
live stream.
But you can buy them now while they're still shiny.
Oh, okay. These are my cars that I already have. Yes. Oh, it's gonna put me in B class? No. Is that what I want to do? Okay, fine. Where's Le Mans? So it's fine that the car's upgraded. But I do want to actually... see if I can... Now, part of my problem is okay. Where do I do liveries? Customized car, right? Find designs, here we go. Okay. Right, then after this I'm going to go ahead and bounce. So thanks so much for joining in on the live stream if you happen to swing by, or for those who swing by and check out the archive version on the YouTube channel, Rounding Off Infinity. I appreciate that as well. Please feel free to like and subscribe to the this video and to the YouTube channel itself, or like the page on Facebook. For the month of November, I'll be continuing to do live streams directly to Facebook, so that is where the Rounding Off Infinity Winnebago will be parked for the month of November. And I will get that schedule out of when the regularly scheduled live streams are going to be, so you can feel free to drop by as is convenient for you to either join the live stream or just check out the archived videos on the page. So once again, my name has been Aggressively Stamus from Gearworks.com and the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube and the Rounding Off Infinity gaming channel on YouTube, here with an early AM live stream on a Sunday morning, the 28th of October, 2018, heading into the final month of Season 3 on Rounding Off Infinity. Hopefully, I will see many of you return for Season 4. So that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much. Until next time, happy hunting. Stay safe out there. Play what you like, stream what you love. Be safe. Take care. I'm out.